Welcome back to my channel. 2023, I did hear that the recession, people are really going to be feeling the recession. And I can't even say if I've ever known exactly what a recession is or what happens when there's a recession. But I will say that I feel like scams are going to be more prevalent during this 2023 recession. So I was thinking to myself, since I have been scammed before, I was thinking to myself that I want to talk about scams to make sure that nobody is going to get scammed. The type of scam that happened to me was somebody told me I needed help paying for something, and I had about half of the money, and somebody told me that if I gave them the cash that I had, they would pay the entire bill of mine on their credit card. So I gave them my cash, and I also gave them some very expensive pieces of equipment that I had. So in total, I would say I gave them about $1,400 liquid, which is crazy because the bill that I needed was about $1,400. So I could have took my cash and sold my equipment and had the money, but that's hindsight. Um, but they took my cash and they took my equipment and they paid my bill on their credit card. And after they paid their bill on their credit card, they sent me proof that they paid the bill, but maybe like 30 minutes later, they reversed the payment and I was out of my cash, I was out of my equipment, and my bill still needed to be paid. So I was totally scammed. And I think this happened because I was very desperate at the time. And so if you're going through a desperate situation where you feel like you need money, calm down. That is number one. That is something that I could not do at the time. I could not calm down. I was just 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 so anxious. I couldn't calm down because number one, I had just, I think, lost one job, and if I'm not mistaken, I was looking for another job. And so yeah, I had just lost my job and I had spent up a bunch of my savings. And I was just freaking out because I didn't feel like I had anybody to call to help me. Um, I had asked a few people for help and they said no. Um, yeah, it was just a big mess. So, if you are in a situation where you're vulnerable, like you need a job or you need money and you're stressing out, or even if you want a significant other, keep watching this video because we're going to talk about scams today. One of my favorite topics, scams. I love talking about scams because just that time I was scammed was so crazy. And hindsight being 2020, like I could have avoided that totally. So I'm on AARP's website, as you can tell, and most of you who don't know, AARP is a website for senior citizens. So they are talking about the 8 most prevalent scams in 2022. And I feel like since it's only the third day of 2023, this will probably still apply in some ways. So the number one is the Google Voice scam. And I do want to read this entire article. So let's read this entire article together. So number one, the Google Voice scam. Let's say you posted a notice online, an item for sale, for example, or a plea to find a lost pet, and included your phone number. In this scam, the crook will call you, feign interest, but say they want to verify that you are not a scammer. They tell you that you're about to get a verification code from Google Voice, their virtual phone and text service sent to you, and ask you to read it back. What's really going on is they are setting up a Google Voice account in your name. They can go on to perpetuate scams and pretend to be you, hiding their footprint from law enforcement, says Eva Velasquez, CEO of the Identity Theft Resource Center. How to stay safe. Never share verification codes with anyone, Velasquez says. If you have fallen for this scam, you'll find steps to reclaim your account at the Google Voice Help Center. Number 2, rental assistance cons. As eviction bans in cities and states expire, renters should be on the lookout for rental assistance scams, says Deborah Royster, Assistant Director at the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Over 580,000 older adults were behind on their rent in mid-2021, opening the door for scammers to impersonate government or nonprofit employees and to request personal info and money up front for applications. How to stay safe. Apply only to legit rental assistance programs run by government or nonprofit groups, Royster says. Find programs in your area at cfpb.gov. Fake job frauds. Scammers harvest contact info and personal details from resumes posted on legit websites like Indeed, Monster, and Career Builder, then pretend to be recruiters. They call, email, and text out on social media with a very high salary or work at home job offers. Sometimes the goal is to get additional info about you. Other times it's to persuade you to send money for bogus home office setups or fake fees. Also, I want to say with this fake job fraud, sometimes they'll send you a check, a fake check for office supplies, and they'll want you to deposit that check into your bank account. And what they'll do is you'll deposit the check, and I think you'll withdraw the money and send the money to them. And once your bank realizes that the check is fake, then your bank account is going to get frozen and you may get investigated and you may be in a lot of trouble. Also, never give anybody, I know you guys may know this, but never give anybody your banking info in order to deposit money into your bank account. I mean, like, you may give your job your bank number and routing number, but don't give them any personal information like your social security number or any passcodes or passwords so they can deposit money into your bank account, because they can deposit money remotely and they can just take control of your bank account, depositing lots of fake checks and withdrawing the money, and before you know it, they will just run this whole big financial scam on your bank account, and your bank may think that you've done it, and they will close your bank account and try to go after you for the money. And that's my piece on fake job frauds or loan frauds as well. They will do this saying if you need a loan, they'll give you a loan, but they want your information such as your account number and your social security number and things like that. So be on the lookout for fake loan frauds as well. Only apply for loans from reputable loan companies, and I would say places like, I mean, obviously your bank, your credit union, but other places are Credit Karma. They offer loans. I don't know the types of interest, but I know that Credit Karma does offer you